should be live. Let me check. Going to let this thing should be live. There we go. That way I can now put this into the chat. Make sure I got it right. There we go. And there is the link to the Discord where we will be watching the movie later on today, and I hope you do enjoy it. So today's live stream is going to be Swarm Assault. I picked it partly because it is going to be a shorter-ish or a simple-ish game to go through. We should be able to go through this relatively quickly. So, but you may be wondering what it is, and it is an RTS, a budget RTS from 1999. Now, the cutscenes, because I'm using DG Voodoo 2, do have a little issue running right here. But the game does run right out of the box, so I could have turned them on if I really wanted to, but, well, it's better to just have the higher resolution and all that good stuff. There we go. So yeah, it should be in full, the screen should be all nice and proper as it should, as I'm expecting. I do not know what's going on with the chat, because I know for a fact I put in the link, but I digress. Anyways, we are in game, so let's go ahead and jump into the first mission, shall we? I'm thinking this live stream will probably be 45 minutes or something. Okay, so that's in place. Let's actually get our amps to full max. Keep the casualties to minimal. Lost an anti-friendly fire, or actually 3, but we bait him back, so that's good. You win. Hooray. Alrighty. So that was an easy mission. Let's go to the next one. Defend your colony. Seems simple enough. So this is going to be another one of these style missions. But we do have to get our army created from the get-go. Now they do have some more beetle troops here in this particular mission. But luck seems to be with us for the most part. Now, the good news about sound effects are kind of drowning you out, Ace. Okay. Alright, I can fix that. Let's try this. Oh, it is not wanting to cooperate. Let me know if that fixes it, though. So what I can do is I can exit out, and then... There we go. And then try it again. It shouldn't be that loud, but if it is drowning me out, yeah, I can just turn it down like that, and it should work fine. Now, let's try it again. Defend your colony? Reminds me of Supreme Commander? Yeah, understandable. Although this came out all the way back in 1999. Now, let's try this again. We will get the army here to fall back for now. Only have 3 ants. Now, if I'm lucky, and really lucky, then it doesn't look like that we're going to have one of those little plants pop up, because there's neutral plants that can actually pop up and actually become a big help to you. Looks like one did pop up, but it's all the way over here. Okay, we'll go ahead and attack the cannon. It's the only thing that can really seriously damage and put a hamper on things. I mean, technically bazookas can do it, but the problem with bazookas is they lack the range to avoid getting hit by the guns here. Mr. Dan Sand says, sounds much better. Sorry I didn't like tapping. Ah, it's okay. It's an old game, and you have to kind of expect that with old games like this. Mission wasn't particularly long anyways, so... Take a neutral colony. Okay. So we'll be playing as the Blues. Technically, this is going to be just an ordinary ant colony, which is a problem. Because that means we have to rely exclusively on ants with the exception of our single cannon. But our single cannon can actually do the damage needed outside of the effective range of these guns here, so we should be able to... Assuming this little plant doesn't decide to screw me up or anything like that. But yeah, if I were to lose this guy, then this would turn into a battle of attrition if there ever was one. Okay. Let's go ahead and try capturing this. You have to collect all the... I'm guessing this is amber or something like that, just to capture colonies. Or sap, or whatever this is supposed to be. Sap, I mean. Yeah. And that should be that mission complete. See, the first few missions start out pretty easily. It's when you get into the later missions that things become tricky. Alright. Expand your empire. Now this time we actually have access to recruiting cannon ants properly. So that's the good news. We do have to build them up from scratch, however, because otherwise we're going to be in for dealing with trying to use the few ant units instead of the beetle units, and that's... So we do have a problem with these little burr things coming up really quickly. I'm gonna have to clear a path. Oh dear. Okay, now we will go ahead and start utilizing our artillery to pound that into submission. And we'll be able to do the same thing to the positions over here. Once we get to both of the colonies claimed, we should be good to go. All right. Dude, what are you doing? Fall back. Alright. I'll have these guys try creating it. Anyways, I'll have these guys just blast through here. Try to create an opening. And once that's done, we'll be able to then make a push either through here or here. Alright. These plants are everywhere. It looks like, however, there's just one more area left to clear, and once that's cleared, we can make our main push. Okay, it looks like this area, we can now clear this out. Cool. Now we've got the firepower necessary to finish off this last one. We'll be able to do that pretty quickly, and then we'll be able to move on to the next level. So the way the in-game economy works is you do have unlimited capacity to build units. It's just that building units with the colony keeps it from repairing. And these units do, of course, have their own different build times and all that. But like I said, they're all infinite. So you can get all the colonies running at once, all that good stuff. All right. Okay, so it's green versus blue. Blue has an ant colony. We have another ant colony ourselves, which we'll get to producing grenadiers, and we have a beetle colony, which we'll get to producing ladybugs. There we go. Now, we will order the ladybug in, along with the grenadiers. Her specialty is she's a machine gunner. And is very effective at dealing with enemy units like that. Now, they do have some shrapnel units, although these tend to have a habit of damaging friendlies more than their own units often, so not the best unit to try using against me. But my main strategy is going to be to delete as many of these ant units early on as possible. Try deleting this real quick. They're sending in their swarm. Okay, the swarm here has been dealt with. So now, in theory, we can just start producing cannons, and then we should be able to completely overrun them. At least given the unit composition so far, it looks like the matchup heavily favors me. Especially if they're going to get hit by this. Now, it is going to hit mine as well, a little bit. Alright, we actually have the numbers where if we get this second bit here, I think we should be able to just overrun their defenses for the most part. Then the artillery can go in and sweep in and finish the job off. Although it is time for me to let this thing repair, because it is getting pretty badly damaged. Alright. Strategy, this will be group 1, this will be group 2. Get the other cannon up, and then we will... Alright. Should be able to just hit them with the cannons, wait until their infantry or ants come knocking. Now they are going to take the colony the first time, but because we've already pretty much damaged them this badly. Simple enough to retake it this time, and we should be good to go. And it looks like we're going to be keeping it this time, so that is good news. Yep. Okay, so I think now is a good time to move on to the next mission. Expand and destroy. All right. So yellow colony, ants, or no, beetles. We have a spider colony to fight in the north, and an ant colony to the south. Well, I could probably take the ant colony quickly, and that would mean I could easily deal with that. The problem is we're going to have to deal with spiders, and the spiders have 2 units that are pretty good at dealing with colonies. The sniper here, which doesn't have as much range as the missiles, and the missiles which are lethal if we let them keep up. Actually, we need to let this repair. Okay. Okay. Alright, this could actually be relatively interesting how this is going to go. I think we're still going to probably take this colony, but... we will see. Yeah, they did try. Actually, we need to try something a little bit different. Let's restart. What we need is some ladybugs, because clearly rushing for the ant base did not work. Which is fine, I guess. We'll get a small cadre of ladybugs, and they'll be able to hopefully deal with whatever they throw at us. Alright, we can get ourselves 1 or 2 cannons. That should be enough to clear out the ant colony. Then we can... okay. Jean Delacroix says, "Ah, soldier ants, what a wonderful unit." Now with 2 cannons, we should have the unit composition necessary to take the southern colony. And with that, we'll be able to get some grenadiers up and running, and hopefully that'll be able to deal with most of the stuff that's going our way while we send in. Alright, the strategy seems to be working. Here's hoping the cannon beetles there will be able to do the job of capturing that colony now that they've already got the sap coming out of it. That would be a yes. Alright, Wolf of Germania says, "What's up, dudes? We are playing some Swarm Assault. Today's stream is probably going to be a shorter one, admittedly, but do think we are in a good spot as far as this is concerned. Right? Actually, now is a good time to heal up. In fact, let's go ahead and finish off these things. The popcorn plants, as they're called. Now, our health is pretty medium on that, so it's actually a good time to go ahead and simply finish that off. Now we are in a spot where we can start getting some more cannons going, and we should be good to go. Wolf of Germania says, "Hey, did you and your buddy lose brain cells from Star Wars High Republic? It feels like it." We lost one of our cannons thanks to that little dragonfly bomber. All right. I'll send in the Grenadiers once we are in a good enough spot to start dealing with the Black Widows that are there. I see at least 1, 2, 3 Black Widow spiders. Make that 2. Wait, no. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. But at least this one's on half health. Alright. Another popcorn plant. Hooray. Alright, let's actually fall back, because that is going to mess us up good. We have the numbers to replenish those loss, so that's the good news. Go ahead and reform. Get back into position. And I think with 3 there, we've got the numbers necessary to deal with the spider colony, and once it's done... Okay, it looks like we're actually in a good spot to potentially kill off that one of the last Black Widows. So that actually damaged their Black Widow up there, which is a good sign. Spider colonies can be pretty tough to actually deal with because they tend to have, if I remember correctly, some of the longest range. Plus you have that. Oh, I didn't even see that one. Okay. Well, we have the beetles replenished for the most part. Only have a handful of ladybugs, though. Time to replenish those. Okay. Now let's try. That spider is down. They are getting through. That's good news. Eventually, we're going to damage the spider colony enough that it will have to start replenishing its health just to. There we go. Now we're in a spot where we can make our push. Because they can't fight us all off, I don't think. I think they didn't even have time to fire a shot off because they were busy shooting at the dragonfly. That's good. And we get our access to the brand new shiny spider colony. Unfortunately, the mission is already over, so we'll have to move on to the next one. But still, it's nice. Alright, let's move on to the next mission. Destroy enemies. Okay. We have 2 colonies. And we can capture a spider colony if we so desire. Which is probably the good move to do right now. Actually, I will switch out from cannons to ladybugs. So we clearly need to do that for the first few waves. All right. So the Black Widow spider's been dealt with. That's the good news. Okay, the only thing we really have to deal with at this point are the cannons in the south. Because of the beetle colony, and we should be good to go. We've got another colony, or another beetle there. There we go. Nope, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back, fall back. Alright, we can't let them capture the colony. Ah, I almost had another one. I just realized. Okay. Lion's Amen says release the Kraken. Don't get in front of him. There we go. Alright, now I think we've gotten ourselves into the position where we can start. Once we get another ladybug, we'll get some cannons up and running, and then we'll attack the south. That has fallen to us, which is good. How are we on health on this one? Decent. Now, you do have to hurry a little bit when capturing these colonies, because otherwise they might... They might actually start losing those little sap, and if you lose enough, it'll switch back, which is a problem. But we got ourselves the colony. It'll heal up a little bit, and then we'll be able to... Ooh. Okay, so I think we are in a good spot, enough, or at least good enough, that I can start getting an army of grenadiers together to specifically ruin the day of the colonies to the south here, along with those other units I've got. Now that that's out of the picture, some snipers are going to be in order to finish off the rest of the mission. Now, the problem with the spider colony is that it is one of the slower ones to produce units. But it is pretty effective, but these units tend to be higher qualities, which is nice. Good. Got some snipers now, and we can go ahead and get ready for our final push. There we go. And that should be it. Mission complete. Alrighty. I guess we'll do one more and see, and after that we'll go ahead and get to the movie. Ooh! We get some new units to play with. I mean, they're going to capture that really quick, so... So we get some Wasp units, which we are not going to see too much of because they are limited quantity right now. The bad news is we have a bunch of spiders to deal with. Dijun says, this reminds me, I've never played the sequel to Swarm Assault. You can actually acquire the sequel on Amazon, if I remember correctly. There's a digital copy of it available there. So we'll capture the ant colony. They've captured their little ant colony there. And I'm getting shot at again from this side. So we should be able to deal with those pretty easily. Now that just means that we have the ant colony, or the beetle colony here to deal with, and we'll be able to take out one of the two enemy factions pretty quickly, from the looks of things. So far, our strategy seems to be working. That's another colony in our favor. All right. Of the two games, I'd say Swarm Rampage is a bit more balanced than Swarm Assault, but it's not to say that it's either are bad games. They're both good and well worth your time, I'd say, if you can find a copy of them. I know Swarm Assault can be pretty difficult to find a copy these days. I think the developers actually removed it from their link from their website for some reason. So they've sent some shrapnel beetles in, but it hasn't done too much against us, because we outnumber them pretty substantially. Not only that, but we are using mainly snipers. We should be able to pick off this colony pretty quickly. Now we do need to fall back and start getting some different spiders going if we want to deal with that. So I'll get some missiles going. Because otherwise we are going to be outranged, and that'll be a problem. The range on that thing is insane. Okay. I'd say we're in a position now, though, where we can... Oh, this guy found a way to fight it without getting shot. That's nice. Alright, now it should be a simple enough matter of just... There we go. And boom, we have it done. I kind of want to keep playing some more, admittedly, but I know that today's movie day, so that's part of the reason why I picked this game, was so I could get, we could get to the movie pretty quickly and have a number of decent stopping points. So I do think now is a good time to call it. Yeah, but yeah, I think we'll probably have to come back to this game at some point, definitely, because it is pretty fun. But in case you guys have missed it, here is the link once again to the Discord server. Assuming that YouTube is letting me put it on there. If not, I will simply leave it in the comments. There it is. So it is showing up now. That is good. But, yeah, alright, so I do think, like I said, now's a good time to call it so we can get ready to get the movie started. And the movie, by the way, is going to be The Admiral Roaring Currents, for those of you who didn't know. So, it is a decent movie in my opinion, and I do hope to see you all there soon. But until then, this has been Ace. I hope to see you guys again soon. Take care.